Our universe is vast and complex, filled with wonders that continue to amaze us. But what if there's more to reality than meets the eye? What if our perceived world is just the tip of the iceberg, and there's a vast, intricate reality hidden beneath the surface? Join us as we delve into the mind-bending concept of extra dimensions and explore the possibility that our universe is just the beginning of something much greater. The idea of extra dimensions has been around for centuries, popping up in the works of philosophers like Plato and mathematicians like Newton. However, it wasn't until the 20th century that scientists began to take extra dimensions seriously. The turning point came when Albert Einstein developed his theory of general relativity, which revolutionized our understanding of gravity and the universe. Einstein's theory showed that space and time intertwined in a four-dimensional fabric known as spacetime are affected by the presence of mass. This means that planets, stars, and even galaxies warp the spacetime around them, creating a kind of gravitational field that dictates how objects move through the universe. But while Einstein's theory worked incredibly well at explaining how the universe works on a large scale, it couldn't quite mesh with the rules of quantum mechanics, which govern the subatomic world. This led scientists to start looking for a way to unify the two theories, and that search led some to consider the possibility of extra dimensions. Enter string theory. One of the leading candidates for a theory of everything, string theory attempts to reconcile general relativity with quantum mechanics by proposing that the fundamental building blocks of the universe are tiny vibrating strings. These strings are so small that they're impossible to detect with current technology. But their different vibrations are thought to give rise to all the different types of matter and energy in the universe. But string theory requires more than just one dimension. In fact, it needs at least 10 or 11 dimensions, which means that our familiar three-dimensional world is just a tiny part of a much larger, more complex reality. Now you might be wondering, if these extra dimensions are so small, why haven't we detected them yet? Well, according to string theory, the answer lies in the way these dimensions are curled up and compacted. Imagine a garden hose from far away. It looks like a thin one-dimensional line, but up close you can see that it's actually a two-dimensional cylinder. Similarly, our universe might appear three-dimensional, but under closer inspection, it could reveal additional spatial dimensions curled up at incredibly small scales. So the search for extra dimensions is like trying to find a needle in a haystack, except the needle is invisible and the haystack is really, really big. But scientists have come up with some pretty ingenious ways to try to detect these elusive dimensions. For example, particle accelerators like the Large Hadron Collider, LHC, smash together subatomic particles at near light speed and measure the resulting collisions. By analyzing the energy and momentum of the particles created in these collisions, scientists can look for signs of extra dimensions. If they find evidence of particles escaping into higher dimensions, it would be like spotting a ghost. We'd know they were there, but we wouldn't be able to see them directly. That's why detecting extra dimensions is often referred to as finding a smoking gun. Another approach to finding extra dimensions involves studying the behavior of particles at incredibly small distances. If the dimensions are curled up at extremely small scales, we should start to see evidence of them. When we probe distances on the order of nanometers or even picometers, and to do that, scientists are developing new and more powerful microscopes that can see the tiniest details of matter. But it's not just physicists who are interested in extra dimensions. The concept has captured the imaginations of science fiction writers and fans alike. The idea of parallel universes and alternate realities has become a staple of pop culture, from movies like Interstellar and TV shows like Stranger Things. But while the idea of a multiverse may seem far-fetched, the search for extra dimensions is a very real and very exciting area of scientific research. If you want to learn more about the incredible science behind the concept of extra dimensions, keep watching. We'll guide you through the fascinating world of string theory, brains, and the quest for a theory of everything. ULL. Explore the latest experiments and discoveries related to extra dimensions and learn about the brilliant minds working to unlock the secrets of the universe. Plus, who knows? Maybe you'll even get to see a few sneak peeks of what's to come in future episodes. Don't miss out on this amazing journey of discovery. Join us today and let's explore the incredible science of extra dimensions together. Imagine, if you will, that you are standing in front of a vast ocean on a calm, windless day. The surface of the water is perfectly still, reflecting the sky above it like a giant mirror. But then you notice something strange. There seems to be a shimmering effect on the surface, like heat waves rising off of a hot road, but there's no heat source anywhere to be seen. As you approach the water, the shimmering intensifies until suddenly you realize that the surface is not flat at all. It's rippling and undulating in a way that seems almost alien. The ripples are so subtle, though, that you can barely make them out with your eyes. But as you reach out to touch the water, you feel a sudden jolt and a wave of dizziness washes over you. You stumble back, shaken and confused, and that's when you see it. On the horizon, the surface of the water is curling and twisting into bizarre shapes. The ripples you felt under your hand have become visible, and you realize with a start that the ocean is alive. It's breathing, pulsing, and moving in ways you never imagined possible. It's like the surface of the water is made of countless tiny mouths, each opening and closing in unison to create an eerie, hypnotic display. You watch in awe as the spectacle continues, feeling a sense of wonder and fear at the same time. You realize that you've stumbled onto something truly special, a natural phenomenon that most people never get to witness. And as the sun sets, casting long shadows on the rippling waves, you know you will never forget this moment. The ocean's breath is a reflection of the way our universe operates on a subatomic level. Like the ocean, our reality appears calm and still on the surface. But beneath the apparent simplicity lies a complex, dynamic world of vibrating strings and rippling dimensions. Just as you discovered a hidden truth about the nature of the ocean, scientists are uncovering the hidden dimensions that make up the fabric of our universe. So join us on this journey of discovery and let us explore the extraordinary science that connects the dots and reveals the truth behind the ripples of reality. String theory is one of the most ambitious and controversial theories in physics today. It attempts to explain how the universe works by imagining that everything in the universe is made up of tiny vibrating strings. These strings are so small that they're impossible to detect with current technology, but their different vibrations are thought to give rise to all the different types of matter and energy in the universe. But string theory requires more than just one dimension. In fact, it needs at least 10 or 11 dimensions, which means that our familiar three-dimensional world is just a tiny part of a much larger, more complex reality. One of the most intriguing aspects of string theory is the idea that our universe might not be the only one out there. In fact, string theory predicts the existence of multiple universes, each with its own set of physical laws and constants. These parallel universes are thought to exist on other branes, which are higher dimensional membranes that can move through the extra dimensions. The idea of a multiverse may seem far-fetched, but the search for extra dimensions is a very real and very exciting area of scientific research. If you want to learn more about the incredible science behind the concept of extra dimensions, keep watching. We'll guide you through the fascinating world of string theory, branes, and the quest for a theory of everything. ULL, explore the latest experiments and discoveries related to extra dimensions and learn about the brilliant minds working to unlock the secrets of the universe. Plus, who knows? Maybe you'll even get to see a few sneak peeks of what's to come in future episodes. Don't miss out on this amazing journey of discovery. Join us today and let's explore the incredible science of extra dimensions together.